I was raised by a single mother, and my older sister was one of the most, prominent figures in my life, and I've been married for 32 years. So for me, if I would get in a lot of trouble if I don't have some very powerful women in the shows that I do.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, bom dia.
Bom dia. Do you speak Portuguese?
A little bit. I used to do capoeira.
Ah, it's so
So I know
nice.
I know things like Ben Sal and Martelo and Meia Lua, but I don't. It's all capoeirista stuff.
Oh, it's so nice. Have you been to Brazil?
Yes, yes. Salvador and Rio and a little town called Ilhéus.
I have to go to Florianópolis. It's a beautiful island in southern Brazil. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, it's very nice. Nice to know your connection with Brazil. It's so fun. And congratulations for this show. It is
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
How did you update this series from the beginning of these books from 93, right?
Mhm. We actually one of the first ways we updated this story. I mean, it's 30 books and 30 years of books. We decided to do a completely new story for our series. So the mystery is not based on any of the existing books, even though they're obviously our core characters come straight from the series of books, and the world is from that book, those books. But our mystery is our own, and that was, we wanted to do that because I felt if we did that, we would have a chance to really tell a mystery that reflected a more up our version of, in this day and age, the things that are happening in society right now, as opposed to things that were in the books from 30, 20, even 10 years ago. If I did that, I would either have to tell a story that's dated, or I would have to change the books in order to fit this day and age, and I didn't want to do that.
And how about, for example, I saw you put George Floyd protesters and on the series as well. And how about technology? What you had to put in this series
Mhm.
to be nowadays, right?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, we had to speak on the topics of the time, and one of them is the relationship between law enforcement and the Black community. And there are a lot of, there's some contradictions and conflict that go with that. And some people, they see that as controversy they want to stay away from, but I see that as a great fodder for good storytelling and honest storytelling. And then you think about, again, as you mentioned, our day and age, there's new ways of solving crimes and new technology that is available to us. And it's not just available to the people trying to solve the crimes, but it's available to the people trying to commit the crimes. And so we use that in season one. Our villain is very up to speed on ways to um, access their potential targets using different forms of technology, and to protect themselves using some of the things that are happening right now in our day and age.
It's nice. And why Aldis is the perfect Alex Cross for now?
Oh, that's it's so when you see Aldis in this role, it just feels obvious. I have heard people say, "Of course, that's Alex Cross," and so for me, I wanted someone who, when you see them and when you talk to them, they immediately just give you this sense of intelligence and curiosity and observation. He's very observant. These are natural things that he already does as a person, and so it's easy to tap into that. But I also wanted this version of Alex Cross to have a strong physical presence and a charisma and a sexiness. I felt that those things were alive in the books, and we hadn't seen them fully on screen yet. And so I think Aldis brings all of that to the table. And then the final thing, the final element, is that he was willing to embrace the idea of going on a very difficult character journey and be vulnerable and be stretched as a performer. And that is why I knew he'd be the perfect Alex Cross.
And how you can compare his cross with Morgan Freeman's cross from 22 years ago?
Yes. Oh, it's so funny. I mean, You know, that's such a rich legacy to have an actor, a legend like Morgan Freeman that has played Alex Cross, and I take my hat off to him. But I feel that our cross is, you know, we don't make the comparison. We look at it as like we're adding to a rich legacy, and we have a completely different version, and it's and our version, and we're just keeping the focus on who we see as Alex Cross today.
I saw some powerful girls as well in this new series, and
Yes.
how important it is to have these women in this kind of series as well, mystery investigation and all together.
Yes, I think, you know, I was raised by a single mother, and my older sister was one of the most, you know, prominent figures in my life, and I've been married for 32 years. So for me, if, you know, I would get in a lot of trouble if I don't have some very powerful women in the shows that I do. And luckily, I can draw from my own life experience and the powerful women that are in my life in doing these characters. But I also have an amazing writing staff that also has some very powerful women, and they do not, you know, they are very uh, protective of making sure that we show women and tell their stories and make them be fully fleshed out characters as opposed to just functionary. So Alex has his grandmother in there. He has his boss, who the chief of police, the lieutenant. He has also his love interest Elle, who is more than just a love interest, is actually a fully formed woman. And there's some other very surprising women in there. And also Shannon, played by Eloise Mumford, who finds herself in a very compromised position, and yet we really took the time to make sure that you actually get to know her as a full character as opposed to someone who's just in danger.
Did you create new characters that, yeah, you cannot see on the books?
Yes, all of that first story is outside of the, so Elle is a new character, the Shan is a new character, Fanboy is a new character. Oh, I should also mention we have Kayla Craig, who is, she's inspired by a figure from the books, and fans of that series will be very fans of the book series will see Kayla Craig and their antenna will go up because that's an Easter egg for one of the main characters in the books.
And did you talk to the writer, James Patterson,
Yes, yes. I had
to
a
have this
multiple.
permission?
Yes. I talked to James early on because I wanted to make sure that I really had a good understanding of what inspired the character and the world, and also what he considered to be the most important pieces of the books. And like, for example, spending time with the villain. That's you don't see that all the time. A lot of times you watch a crime story and you're mostly following the detective and the protagonist, but in our show we break POV, so you get to spend time and get to know the villain in a way that makes them a full character. And that was a hallmark of the books. And the only thing that, you know, I was nervous about was when I told him I was not going to base our series on any of the books that had been written. And but he was very encouraging to that. He thought that was a great idea. He embraced it completely, and his perspective was that his fans would get to see the characters in the world, but get all new stories. And for him, that was exciting.
And you don't have any capoeira in this first season, right?
No, but I do in season two.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, I have capoeira and samba.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, waiting for that. I have to
Yeah.
finish just now. I'd like
Yeah.
to know more about that. Okay, but good to know. Thank you so much. Congratulations again. And go to Brazil, Florianópolis.
I will. I will look for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Good talk to you. Bye.
Bye bye.